Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Today is April 22nd, and right now the Phillies starters are cruising. There's a guy on the Nationals who are making them a little bit more fun to watch. Let's talk about it. Hello, everybody. My name is Steven. This is the middle of the order. How are we doing today? Ladies and gentlemen, it is Monday, a new week, a new fresh time to do what you got to do. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend, and for those of you finishing up school, wish you best of luck on exams. For those of you grinding out the 9 to 5s, you're doing great. Keep it up. You know, positive vibes going into the week. So that's what we're going to try to stick on here. And that's what we're going to try to do here for this episode. I got a fun one for you guys today, talking about a couple pitchers and a team of pitchers who right now are astounding. So yeah, we got some things to do here. So without further ado, let's jump into our series recap. Getting us started today, we have the Rays at the Yankees. And after the Rays took a 1-0 lead on a Richie Palacios home run in the 6th, the Yankees would answer with 5 runs in the 7th, including the dagger being a 3-run home run from Juan Soto, as that would elevate the Yankees to the win. They take the opener 5-3. It's a pitcher's duel for the second game, as Nestor was nasty, dialing out Zach Eflin. He was matching him pretty well. We'd play a full nine innings of baseball, runless, scoreless, 0-0. That takes us to extras, where the Rays scored 2 in the 10th thanks to Jose Caballero and Ben Roosevelt, as they even up the series 2-0. And then the rubber match would have the Yankees up after a 4-run 5th inning. The Rays would attempt a late inning comeback, scoring 3 in the 8th, but come up a run short. The Yankees take 2 of 3 from Tampa, and they win it 5-4. Oilers at Royals now, the second meeting between these two early on here in this year. Baltimore's only contributor in this game was catcher Adley Rutschman. He launched a grand slam for his second home run of the year, but the Royals offense was on it, as Vinny Pasquantino and MJ Melendez both go deep in the game. The Royals scored 5 runs in the 6th and added 3 in the 7th to secure the win, taking it over Baltimore 9-4. The Oilers would touch up Cole Reagans pretty good, as they score 7 runs off of him, all in the 2nd inning, I believe here, and they felt good. But Kansas had some fight, as they scored 3 runs on a Salvador Perez home run in the 6th and added 4 more in the 7th. Luckily, Baltimore would add 2 runs late on a pass ball and an Anthony Santander double. That leaves them with the win. They take it 9-7. And another rubber match here, and it will fall the O's way, as Colton Cowser and Jordan Westburg hit back-to-back home runs in the 3rd, as Cole Irvin and the 3 of the O's bullpen combined to shut out the Royals, as they drop 2 of 3 to Baltimore. They lose that one 5-0. Tigers and Twins now. A close first game would bring us to the 9th, tied up at 4, until Wenceel Perez singles in a run for the Tigers to give them the lead. Jason Foley shuts down the Twins for the save, as the Tigers edge a close one by Minnesota. They win it 5-4. Bailey Ober would do a great job holding the Tigers to only 1 run through 6 innings. The Twins had a 4-run lead. Tigers tried to creep back into this one, but fall a run short. The Twins even up the series 4-3. Rubber match once again. Buddy Kennedy homers for the Tigers, as a nice start from Casey Mize, and the Tigers bullpen had the Twins scoreless until the 9th, when Austin Martin hit his first big league home run of his career. But the Tigers had a 6-run lead at the time. They take 2 of 3 from Minnesota. They beat the Twins 6-1. A's and Guardians now. The A's hit 2 solo shots from Abraham Toro and Brent Rooker. The Guardians hit 2 runs from Josh Naylor and Tyler Freeman. The difference was the Guardians being able to score 7 more runs without the home run. The Guardians, they take it 10-2. Game 2, once again, 2 home runs for the A's from Ryan Noda and Max Schumann, who hit his first MLB hit and home run with his family there to celebrate with him. So great moment for him and the family. Unfortunately, the Guardians put up more runs once again. Josh Naylor hits another home run in this one. They win it 6 3. Last game, Brent Rooker hits his second home run of the series, but it's Josh Naylor, the Oakland killer right now. He didn't hit another home run, but a bases-clearing double to put this game away is just as good. Naylor goes 4 for 12 in the series with 2 home runs, a double, and 7 RBIs. The Guardians sweep Oakland and win it 6-2. Astros and Nationals. Oh, hello there, Justin Verlander. Welcome back. And maybe with Verlander back on the mound for the Astros, their luck will change. Well, it certainly helped in this game as he and the Astros offense does enough to get the opening win over the Nationals. A good start from Verlander helps the Astros cruise to the 5-3 win. Astros once again in the driver's seat in Game 2 here despite giving up a home run to C.J. Abrams. They entered the 9th up 2, and it's Jesse Winker who delivers the 2-run single to tie this game up. That sends us to extras where after holding the Astros in the 10th, Joey Meneses gets the walk-off single for the Nats. They get a comeback win against the bad luck Astros. They take it 5-4. And how about Mitchell Parker and the start he's had to his big league career? He tosses 7 scoreless innings against the Astros. The Nats score 3 in the first, and later Nick Senzel hits his first national home run. That carries them past the Astros. The Astros drop another series. They lose 2 of 3 to the Nationals. Last game a score of 6-0. Yikes, Astros fans. Rangers and Braves now. Marcus Semien leads off this series with a leadoff home run to get things going for Texas, but they run into a problem in this first game by the name of Travis d'Arnaud, who hit not 1 nor 2, but 3 home runs in the game, including a grand slam on the 3rd home run. He carries the Braves to the series opener win 8-3. And if you think he was done, guess again. How about a 4th home run in the series, a 2-run shot in the 8th to get the Braves some much needed insurance just in case Texas was planning on scoring a run in the 9th. They don't, and the Braves win another thanks to d'Arnaud, 5-2. Final game, it's Marcell Ozuna hitting his league-leading 9th home run to get the Braves started early. But this game, the Rangers had more fight. Evan Carter, Andrew Knizner, Adolis Garcia, all 3 of them go yard. The Rangers avoid the sweep and win the last game against the Braves 6-4. And how about these Phillies taking on the White Sox here? White Sox in Philadelphia. And some excellent pitching from Spencer Turnbull and 3 Philly home runs, 2 from Alec Boehm and 1 from Whit Merrifield, his first as a Philly. That makes up this game. The Phillies take it 7-0. Zach Wheeler just as dominant in this game. He matches an amazing performance from Turnbull with one of his own. Brandon Marsh homers. The Phillies were up 9-0 entering the 9th. The White Sox give them a small scare. They score 5 runs in the 9th, but 5 isn't 9. The Phillies win it 9-5. Last game, Eloy hits his first home run on the year, so good for him and the White Sox. But the White Sox are no match for these Phillies. They get 2 3-run innings, a Kyle Schwarber home run. The Phillies, they sweep the White Sox. They win it 8-2. Marlins and Cubs, a 4-game set that was supposed to start on Thursday, but with rain, that moves the game for a doubleheader Saturday. So the series opens on Friday, and it is clear that the move for AJ Puck from reliever to starter hasn't worked out. He gave up 7 more runs in 3 innings of work, as it was all Chicago in this one. The Cubs take the opener 8-3. Cubs in Game 2 take a 1-run lead into the 9th, but they wouldn't get the win. Brian De La Cruz hits a clutch 2-run home run to give Miami the lead. Tanner Scott comes in to get the save. The Marlins win the first game of the doubleheader and even up the series with the score of 3-2. Shota Imanga finally gives up his first 2 runs in his MLB career. On his 4th start, it was an incredible run, but it ends there. Still pitches well in this game, though. Cody Bellinger and Alexander Canario homer for the Cubs. They get the win 5-3. And for the final game, Jesus Sanchez homers for the Finns early on. The Marlins add with 3 more runs in the 4th. They get away from the Cubs and take the win. They split the 4-game set with them, 2 each, 6-3. Angels at Reds now, and another nice start from Nick Lodolo as Tyler Stevenson and Ellie De La Cruz homer for the Reds. That leads them to the win over LA. It is 7-1. Miguel Sano hits his first home run as an Angel. That's gotta feel good. But once again, Tyler Stevenson goes deep in this one, as in grand fashion, a grand slam for Stevenson. The Reds once again get the better of the Halos. They beat them 7-5. And for the final game, the Reds use 6 pitchers to blank the Angels, as the Reds score 3 runs in the 6th, and that would be all she wrote, folks. The Reds sweep the Angels and get the win 3-0. Red Sox and Pirates now. A great start from Bello and 4. Yes, that's right, 4 Red Sox home runs. Wilyer Abreu, Tristan Casas, Rob Ref Snyder, and Cedane Rafaela net the Red Sox the win. They take it 8-1. Masataka Yoshida hits his second home run of the year, and that would be the difference in this one. Boston takes another game 4-2. Final game, Wilyer Abreu with a nice series finishes it off well, going 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs. The Red Sox pitching hold the Pirates to only 1 run. Boston sweeps the Pirates, who are in a big slump after a hot start. They lose it 6-1. Brewers and Cardinals, a low-scoring first game, as the Brewers had the 1-0 lead through 8 as we enter the 9th. The Cardinals had the opportunity, bases loaded, 2 outs. Can they win the game? Can they tie the game? Sure enough, the Brewers would hand them the gift with a bases loaded walk to tie the game with 2 outs in the 9th. But that would be all they would get out of it as they get out of the inning and head to extras. William Contreras, who had the RBI earlier for the Brewers, delivers again with a single for the lead. This time, the Brewers hold the Cardinals. They take the opener. They win it 2-1. In Game 2, the Brewers' offense explodes for 2 lots of runs in this one. Rhys Hoskins, Bryce Terang, and Jackson Churio all get home runs. The Brewers roll right past the Cardinals again for the win, 12-5. And despite a great start from Sonny Gray, as he struck out 12 batters in 6 1/3 innings pitched, he would be the losing pitcher, as Owen Miller's 2-run single in the 7th was the only runs scored in this one. The Brewers stay in the driver's seat in the NL Central. They sweep the Cardinals and take the last game 2-0. D-backs at Giants now. The first of 4 was close up until the 8th. The Giants with the 1-run lead in this game, the only run. They add 4 runs in the inning to put this one away. They take the first of 4 from Arizona. They win it 5-0. We have seen it already, but when the D-backs offense clicks, it really clicks. They score 17 runs on 22 hits. You heard that right. And the only home run was a grand slam by Blaze Alexander. The D-backs smother the Giants for an explosive win, 17-1. Boogity. Jung-Ho Lee gets a leadoff home run to start this game. Turned around for the Giants. This is a good thing and a good sign. Patrick Bailey, he goes 4 for 4, 3 RBIs. He hits his second home run on the year in this game. The Giants come back. They get a win, 7-3. Final game, Mike Yastrzemski gets his first home run on the year. Good for him. But Arizona would score 2 runs in the 6th, add 2 more in the 9th. The D-backs and Giants split the 4-game set 2 each. The D-backs take the last game 5-3. Mets and Dodgers now. DJ Stewart, Francisco Lindor. They both go deep in this game. The Mets that lost a 4-run lead would end up getting a 5-run lead by the end of this game. They take the opening game in the series 9-4. Tied at 2 in the 6th for Game 2, it's Starling Marte, who unloads for a huge 3-run home run. The Mets would go on to hold it. They take another game versus the Dodgers 6-4 and enter the 3rd day looking for the sweep, but run into the problem by the name of Tyler Glasnow, who remains healthy and dominant. Another great outing for him. Shohei Ohtani hits a milestone home run, as he is now hit the most home runs by a Japanese-born player with 176. And speaking of milestones, Andy Pages hits career home run number 1. The Dodgers do it all in this game and avoid the sweep. They take it 10-0. Mariners and Rockies here, getting close to rounding things off. Weather problems on Friday set up a doubleheader on Sunday. So for the first game, Luis Castillo pitched his best game of the year so far, looking like himself from last year. The big dumper, Kyle Raleigh, hits his 4th homer of the year. The Mariners take the first game. They beat the Rockies 7-0. The doubleheader now, the morning was weird, as we were in Coors Field in Colorado and we weren't seeing any runs scored. In fact, we finished 9 innings without a run because a fan interference also takes back what would have been a walk-off home run. So things are weird here. We head to extras, tied at 0. The Mariners score a run in the top of the 10th, but fret not, Colorado. That one fan, Colorado fans in whole, don't worry, the Rockies would answer. Ezekiel Tovar hits the game-tying single, and then Ryan McMahon gets the walk-off single. That leads the Rockies to the win. They even up the series 2-1. The rubber match in the second game of the doubleheader was all Seattle. This one is a lot more like Coors Field. A 6-run second inning for the Mariners. Kyle Raleigh's second home run of the series. That leads them past Colorado. They win the game. Seattle takes 2 of 3 from the Rockies. They beat them 10-2. Running things off now, last one, Blue Jays and Padres. Yariel Rodriguez, in his second career start, strikes out 7 in 4 innings of work. Justin Turner goes deep. The Jays score 4 runs in the second and pitch the Padres to death. They take the opener 5-1. Dalton Varsho continues the little hot streak he's been on with his 5th home run of the year. Barrios continues to be brilliant for Toronto early on here. The Jays take another one, 5-2. Final game, Davis Schneider and Ernie Clement homer for Toronto early, but the Padres would get a couple of runs on bases-loaded walks and a home run from Xander Bogaerts. The Padres avoid the sweep. They beat the Blue Jays in the last game, winning by a score of 6-3. All right, now let's talk about the game of the weekend. I'm taking you back to Washington for Game 2 on Saturday between the Astros and the Nationals. Top first, Astros jump out to the lead on a sac fly by Alex Bregman. He needs to get going big alongside this Astros team as a whole. Bottom of the first, how about C.J. Abrams, his 6th home run of the year. That ties things up at 1, brand new ball game. Until the bottom of the 4th, Riley Adams, a sac fly for the Nationals, makes it 2-1 there. Bringing you now to the top of the 7th, it is Kyle Tucker with this single that gets through 2-2 RBI there, and then Jeremy Pena, he'll get a single to make it 3-2. Very next inning, top 8th, it's Kyle Tucker again with the single that makes it 4-2. Astros in the 8th inning. Bottom of the 9th, it's Jesse Winker. The 2-run single ties the game up in the 4th inning. That brings us to extras, brings us to the 10th, where it's Joey Meneses. The walk-off hit, the single to right fielder Kyle Tucker. That's a walk-off win for the Nationals. Ryan Presley gets the blown save, giving up the 2 runs to Winker. Blanco was the starter for the Astros, 2 runs given up on 6 innings pitched. Trevor Williams, 1 earned run on 6 innings pitched. The bullpens have been very nice. Kyle Finnegan with the win. And yeah, just a tough day in the mound for the Astros. Another tough day for the office. They need to figure something out right now because it is looking pretty bad for the Astros. That is your game of the weekend. Alrighty now, let's dive into some baseball news. Where do I want to start here? Let's start with Shohei Ohtani. Yesterday, Sunday, he hits career home run number 176. And that sets a new record for most home runs hit by a Japanese-born player. The previous record holder, Hideki Matsui, spent 10 years in the majors, 7 of which with the Yankees, and then a year with Tampa, Oakland, and the Angels. He finished with a career number of 175 home runs. The most he had hit in a season was in his second year in 2004 with the Yankees in his age 30 season. He hit 31 home runs. But yes, a 10-year career gets him that 175. But Ohtani has just been so good, and he's going to be good for a long time still. Remember, he's in his first year of a deal with the Dodgers for lots of money and lots of years. Ohtani 176. He did it in 7 years or 6.1 something because we're only in the month of April here. It's only been 24 games played as a Dodger here. But yes, a very impressive thing for Ohtani to be doing that. Of course, it helps that since 2021 to 2023, in that 3 year span, he's been a three-time All-Star, two-time Silver Slugger, finished fourth in Cy Young, MVP twice. He's had 46, 34, and 44 home runs to go around with the start of his career. He hit 171 in LA, so he was only 5 home runs short entering the year anyways. But it's been 24 games. He's gotten those 5 home runs. His career number now 176. And that's only going to get higher and higher. He'll eventually be a 300, probably 400, probably even 500 home run hitter. But yeah, it's a great milestone home run. It's a great call. So I definitely check it out. See the home run get hit by Ohtani. And yeah, it's a great moment for him. So congrats to Shohei Ohtani. Let's see how high he can get that number for future Japanese players. All right, now moving on. I don't know why, but I felt in a very, watch some pictures and see some video and look at some numbers mood. We're finishing up some baseball news here with three different kinds of breakdowns here. A little look into some pictures here. And I want to start with AJ Puck with the Marlins. Because let's be honest here. This guy was a reliever. He's been used as a reliever since the start of his big league career in 2019 with Oakland. COVID year 2020, he did not play because he was injured. 2021 and 2022, both with Oakland coming out of the bullpen. 2023 with Miami coming out of the bullpen. This year, Miami has tried to use him as a starter. He's played 4 games, all as a starter, and it really hasn't worked at all. Those first 4 years of his career coming out of the bullpen, he played 142 games with a 3.72 ERA. He's picked up 19 saves and 147 innings. He's been really good as a reliever. 183 strikeouts in those 140 innings as well. That's a very strong, average and a very strong numbers to have there. But then so far in 2024, in his age 29 season, those 4 starts have led to problems, and more problems. In 13 innings, 13.2 innings pitched, he's given up 14 earned runs. He's given up 17 walks, which is already more than last year. A 9.22 ERA. His career ERA from the beginning of his career, from those first 4 years, was 3.72. Now it's 4.18. It's already grown nearly 50 points just off of this year alone. He's 0-4. He's struggling. And if you look at his stuff, it just seems like it's more about the longevity of it, because he has really nice innings, but then he has innings where it's just not going his way. He only has 12 strikeouts. It really seems like he's struggling to be on the mound right now. And obviously Miami's in a tricky situation with, Sandy's out, and the pitching, the rotation right now is filtered with question marks. Braxton Garrett's out, Sandy Alcantara out, Yuri Perez with Tommy John, joining Alcantara. There's huge impacts on that. After his start, he was placed on the IL with shoulder fatigue, which, I think is maybe smart regardless. Let him try to find some strength back, let him find some form, because it really hasn't hit right now. And, you have to wonder right now what the Miami's going to do. Right now they're rocking a 4-man rotation because they haven't announced any 5th guy. It helps that they have an off day Thursday, but right now they have no probable for Wednesday, which is would have been the Puck start. Luzardo, Cabrera, Ryan Weathers, Trevor Rogers, they're pitching all right, but part of the reason why Miami has struggled, why they were so good last year, and why this year hasn't been it, is pitching. They were always master classes of pitching. Had everything correct and everything was going well, but with this rotation, the way it's been beaten up already to start this year without Sandy, without Yuri, they've been losing those close games. They've been losing big games in general. So Miami needs to figure something out. AJ Puck, maybe the shoulder fatigue and the time on the IL will help him, but I think this guy belongs in the bullpen. Let him be good there and strive there. You look at his game logs. I mean, with the Cubs, on Friday, 3 innings of work, 7 hits, 7 earned runs, 3 walks. Yikes! There, his first start with the against the Pirates, 2 innings, 4 earned runs there. He's just been giving up earned run after earned run. It's been a tricky start. His ERA has gone from 18 to 9 to 5 back to 9. So definitely something to look at here as he heads to the IL. Hopefully to right himself up and figure something out. But I think Miami needs to be talking about moving someone else to the rotation and letting Puck go back to the bullpen, at least for a little bit, until he can kind of regain some composure, because they're going to need it if they want any chance at coming back into the playoff hunt this year. Now we got to talk about what's going on in Philly right now, because that is something to note right now. The Philadelphia Phillies, specifically, and basically all I'm talking about here, the starting pitchers have been on a complete and utter tear. Let me start by emphasizing, yes, I understand that their 6-game winning streak that they're currently on was against the Rockies and the White Sox, 2 teams that aren't so good. I understand that completely, and that's why I'm not giving this like too much oh, this is how it's going to be for the rest of the season. No, but it's still been a pretty strong run for these Philly starters here since the start of their 6-game winning streak. Of course, their rotation has been used up once. Aaron Nola getting the extra start, so Aaron Nola, Ranger Suarez, Christopher Sanchez, Spencer Turnbull, Zach Wheeler, and then Aaron Nola again. Those 6 starts combined have been absolutely brilliant from the Philadelphia Phillies. 44.2 innings pitched, 22 hits, 3 earned runs, 8 walks as a whole, and then 48 strikeouts in that span. That's a starting ERA for 6 games of 0.61 combined. That is so impressive. Doesn't matter if it's the Rockies and the White Sox. They're still major league teams. They still have major league talent. It's not obviously it's not like the Dodgers, the Braves, or some crazy teams, but still a 0.61 ERA. 44 innings between the starters. Not to mention, when you separate that up, I mean, these guys are going 7, 8, 9 innings of pitched. Ranger Suarez had that complete game shutout. Zach Wheeler with 7 innings. Turner with 7 innings. So, I mean, Nola with 8 innings. They've been going really impressively strong through these games. The bullpen hasn't been taxed so much. It's been really impressive to see, as a baseball fan, what these Philly stars have been doing. It'll be interesting to see how they handle themselves this week. They're going to play the Reds, who, aren't a juggernaut of a team, but they're definitely better than the Rockies and White Sox. So it will be interesting to see how, I believe it's Ranger Suarez, Christopher Sanchez, and Spencer Turnbull, how those 3 will stack up against the Reds here. But it's been a very impressive streak. And if the Philly starters keep pitching like this, I mean, the Braves got to watch out, because the Phillies are in their rearview mirror at this point. You got to watch out, because these guys are twirling the ball right now. They're looking incredible. Sticking now with the NL East, I want to talk about a team, and specifically a pitcher right now who's been kind of killing it. The Washington Nationals have been sneaky fun this month, and Mitchell Parker, starting pitcher, has been helping them out through his first 2 starts of his career. Diving into him really quickly here. made his MLB debut against the Dodgers last Monday, so a week ago, and then pitched his second game not yesterday no, it was yesterday, Sunday, against the Astros. So Dodgers and Astros, two teams that can get up there obviously and be a strong team. Specifically, the Astros struggling, but still a strong stuff here. In his two starts, he's won them both. He has a 1.5 ERA. He's pitched 5 innings against the Dodgers, 7 innings against the Astros, has only given up 7 hits, and 2 earned runs. Both of those were against the Dodgers. He struck out 4 Dodgers in his MLB debut, and then 8 Astros yesterday. He struck out 12 batters already. Listen, I know it is very early on. It's only 2 starts, but this guy is starting to look like the next key piece in the Nationals rebuild here. I mean, this year could just be a fun year for the Nationals, but then next year we could be talking about a Nationals team that may be ready to compete. Looking at Baseball Savant, he's in the upper echelon. He hasn't walked a batter yet, so he's up there very well. His fastball looks great right now. His breaking stuff's good too. He's relying on 3 pitches. That four-seamer, a curveball, and a split finger. In that first game against the Dodgers, he only threw that split finger 15 times. Sorry. 5 times. You do that split finger 5 times. But yesterday, he threw it 15 times. So definitely an increase in that splitter helped him out. He also has thrown a slider. 4-pitch mix there. And he's been, it's been really interesting watching, the highlights in his play here. Digging into it a little bit deeper, he is throwing the ball over the plate. He's getting strike calls, and I think that's a big part of today's game that kind of goes away. Obviously, it's what you're supposed to do as a starter, is to throw strikes. But obviously, starters know that if you throw strikes in the strike zone, batters will hit it out. And that's why they have to throw it outside the strike zone, make them swing and fool them, right? That's a big part in the batter versus pitcher, battle in today's game. But he is throwing it in the zone 57.8% of the time, that league average being 49.9%, so basically 50%. He's up 7.8% on that, pretty much, finding the strike zone. If you dig into the Astros game yesterday, you look at the counts, a lot of 0-0s, a lot of 0-1s, some 1-1s, some 1-2s for sure. What's very impressive is that when you look at 2-ball counts and higher, when you go through those ones, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He only had 6 batters get to a 2-ball count in yesterday's game against the Astros. He's throwing strikes, he's making them swing, and he's getting results from it too, because a lot of those balls that are being hit into play are poor, weak hit balls that are either easy flyouts for the outfielders, slow rollers in the infield. So that's a huge part in what he's been doing, is that he's throwing the ball in the zone. He's getting weak contact. He's getting a few swing and misses. I'm assuming that his next game, that split finger, is going to come back with some vengeance, because that is definitely going to be something to be watching, in his next start. These Nationals, though, have been kind of having a fun time in the month of April. After, dropping 2 of 3 to the Pirates, who were hot at the time, to, start the thing off. From April 8th, they took 2 of 3 from the Giants. They've taken 2 of 3 from the Dodgers and taken 2 of 3 from the Astros. Those aren't names that, for the Nationals, that you're supposed to be winning those games. They did lose 2 of 3 to the Oakland Athletics, so let's not give them too much credit. But still, taking 2 of the 3 to the Dodgers, hey, they wake up. They wake up. They start a 3-game set against the Dodgers this week on Tuesday. And then jump into a 4-game set with Miami, who we know have been not the brandiest baseball team out there this season. So the next 7 games, 3 against the Dodgers, 4 against Miami, it'll be interesting to see how the Dodgers, fare against the Nationals this time around. I think the Dodgers are looking to sweep this series. But even if the Nationals split, the 6-game season series against the Dodgers, that's still pretty impressive. They're 1 game under 500. They're still 4th in the NL East. It's nothing too crazy to think about. But I mean, the pitching's been really strong and it's been effective. Obviously, Mitchell Parker, who his third career start will come against Miami, so that'll be helpful for him. He's done really well. Dylan Floro has pitched 10 games out of the bullpen with a 0.9 ERA, only one earned run given up. Hunter Harvey out of the bullpen, 10 appearances, 11 innings. He's been great. Kyle Finnegan with 7 saves in his 10 games that he's played in. That's pretty strong as well. The rotation hasn't been awful. Trevor Williams, a 2.91 ERA. Jake Irvin. Did I say Cole Irvin? I think I said Cole Irvin in my series recap. Jake Irvin. Cole Irvin's on Baltimore. Jake Irvin, in his 4 starts, a 3.13 ERA. Mackenzie Gore, a 3.6 ERA. So the rotation's been nice. Obviously, Josiah Gray hasn't been, but of course he's now on the IL, so he's going to be missing time. Patrick Corbin, is still Patrick Corbin. 8.06 ERA. This is the last year of his contract too, so that's a big turning point for the Nationals to get some money back and to lose Patrick Corbin, who I do like a lot, but ever since signing that deal with the Nationals, he's been hot dog water for sure. He's getting up 20 earned runs already this year. But I mean, the bullpen's been pretty solid. The rest of the rotation's been nice. C.J. Abrams has turned it on a little bit this year. 6 home runs, a 1.034 OPS. Jesse Winker looking for a rebound year. Here's the OPS is at 946. He's been playing well. Riley Adams right now has been the better catcher than Keibert Ruiz, which is impressive as it goes. Joey Gallo, the walking single or home run or strikeout. Of course, Nick Senzel's there, Victor Robles. They've got some fun guys, some fun names. Eddie Rosario has definitely been struggling early on here, as well as Lane Thomas, who's kind of their star centerpiece, going back to last year. But the player's been playing all right, and the pitching has been doing well. I mean, I think it's still a year or two early, but these Nationals, you're going to start learning these names. I think Mitchell Parker is going to be a huge piece going forward for them. I'm curious to see what his next start's going to look like. I'm curious to see what the Nationals are going to look like, entering May, getting close into June. So we'll have to keep an eye on these Washington Nationals because they are starting to get into that sneaky fun category that I love so much. So we'll see about how Washington fares. Alrighty, now with all that pitching talk out the way, let's dive into some hot and colds for the week. Starting, of course, with the hots. Jordan Westburg with Baltimore. He's 11 for 23, 2 doubles, a triple, 2 home runs, 8 RBIs, 5 runs. That's good for 1.413 OPS. Dalton Varsho in his little hot streak, he's 7 for 20, 3 doubles, 3 home runs, 6 RBIs, 6 runs, a 1.359 OPS there. Alec Boehm with your Phillies, 8 for 19, 2 doubles, 2 home runs that came over the weekend. 8 RBIs, 5 runs, a 1.342 OPS. The big dumper, Cal Raleigh, he's 8 for 20, 3 home runs, 7 RBIs, 4 runs, 6 walks, and a 1.369 OPS for him. And then Vinny Pasquantino for the Royals, 7 for 19, 3 doubles, 2 home runs, 2 RBIs, 5 runs, 6 walks, and an OPS of 1.362. Those guys right now are hot for the past week. There are some guys who are cold. Randy Arozarena, 2 for 27 with 11 strikeouts. Aaron Judge, 3 for 24 with 14 strikeouts. O'Neal Cruz, your Pirates, 2 for 21 with 11 strikeouts. Matt Olson is 1 for 20 with 10 strikeouts, very unlike him. And then Zach Neto rounds us off, 3 for 24 with 11 Ks. Combine that up, and you get some ugly numbers. So, hopefully these guys, and these guys are stars too. Randy Arozarena, Aaron Judge, 2 of the premier players in the AL East. So hopefully these guys can figure it out and get off this cold list and join a hot list because I'm sure their team would love it for them to accomplish that. Moving on now, injury updates. Got a couple of them here for you guys. Francisco Alvarez with your Mets. He's on the IL. He tore his UCL in his thumb. He's going to need surgery. The Mets are hopeful that he'll be able to return this year, but that is a big blow to this Mets team that's been playing some hot baseball as of late. Kind of, roles reverse the Pirates. Tristan Casas, he's on the IL with a left rib strain for the Red Sox. Christian Javier, he's on the IL with some neck discomfort, so maybe that's gonna, part of the reason why the Astros have been so not great. And then also want to mention, I haven't heard or seen anything of it yet, but Frankie Montas in yesterday's game against the Reds, he was removed in the first inning after a comebacker went and got him. He made the out, but did leave the game in the first inning. I don't think I've seen anything. Maybe I can do a quick check here to see if they have announced an IL appearance for him, or if they have an update on Frankie Montas here. Not seeing anything, so we're just going to throw that out there as a possible speculation. Maybe we'll have an official word on our next episode on Friday. But, hopefully he'll be healthy and well enough to pitch. Outstanding performances. We've got a nice list for you guys here today. There's been some great starts, and it's not just been the Phillies. Logan Webb with your Giants, 7 innings pitched, 2 hits, no earned runs, a walk, and 5 Ks. Brian Bello with your Red Sox, 6 innings pitched, 1 hit, no earned runs, 2 walks, 7 Ks. Spencer Turnbull, of course, 7 innings pitched, 1 hit, no earned runs, 2 walks, 6 Ks. Freddie Peralta with your Brewers, 6 innings pitched, 4 hits, no earned runs, 2 walks, 7 Ks. Jordan Montgomery's first start of the year, his Arizona Diamondback debut went well. 6 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, 3 Ks. The pitchers duel in New York, Nasty Nestor Cortez, 7 innings pitched, 6 hits, no earned runs, no walks, 9 Ks. Zach Eflin with your Rays, 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, no earned runs, no walks, 6 Ks. Cutter Crawford, so Boston Red Sox pitching is getting a couple of nice appearances here. 6 innings pitched, 7 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 6 Ks. Zach Wheeler, 7.1 innings pitched, 1 hit, no earned runs, 2 walks, 8 Ks. Of course, the guy we talked about just recently, Mitchell Parker, 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, no earned runs, no walks, 8 Ks, a great start against the Astros. Luis Castillo, 7 innings pitched, 2 hits, no earned runs, 1 walk, 9 Ks. Jose Barrios has been hot, 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, no earned runs, 2 walks, and 6 Ks. And rounding us off, Tyler Glasnow keeps going off, 8 innings pitched, 7 hits, no earned runs, no walks, 10 Ks. Super impressive stuff there. That is your outstanding performances. Now let's take a look at the updated standings heading into the week. The AL East, it's a battle right now. Yankees at 15-7, still in first. Baltimore at 14-7, just a half a game back of the Yankees. Baltimore is 7-3 in their last 10 and doing really well. Red Sox 13-10, Blue Jays 12-10, Rays 12-11. Round off the East there. The AL Central has the Guardians still in first, and they've started to make a nice lead for themselves. 3 games up on the Royals. Whoa. Voice attack there for a second. Excuse me. Guardians are 7-3 in their last 10 on a 4-game winning streak. Those Twins 7-13, 4th place. Yikes. Tigers 12-10 in third, and the White Sox 1-9 in their last 10. They're 3-18, and that is just a sad sight for sore eyes. The AL West, their division has been really weird this year. Rangers at 12-11 sit first in the AL West, and if you recall, the Rays, who are 12-11, are last in the AL East. So not great there for the AL West battle. The Rangers are half a game up on the Mariners. The Mariners are now 11-11 after a nice little streak. They're 7-3 in their last 10. The Angels hitting the floor a little bit. They're 9-13, lost 4 straight. They're 3-7 in their last 10. Astros still in last in the West, 7-16, 3-7 in their last 10. Just looking pretty bad. The NL East, the Braves at 14-6 have a full game up on the Phillies at 14-8. Those Phillies are hot. 6-game winning streak. They're 8-2 in their last 10. The Mets are also 8-2 in their last 10, 12-9 record there in third. Nationals, we mentioned them, 10-11, one game under 500. If they can beat the Dodgers on Tuesday, that would be a 500 record. Miami 4-6 in their last 10, so a little bit better as of late. They're 6-17 on the year, find themselves still fifth, of course, in that NL East. The NL Central, the Brewers on a 4-game winning streak. They're 7-3. They're 14-6 on the year. Cubs 2 games back at 13-9. The Reds are on a 3-game winning streak. They're 12-9. A nice sweep there for them. The Pirates have hit the floor hard, going 2 for 8 in their last 10. They're on a 6-game losing streak, back-to-back sweeps. They have gone from second, fighting for first against the Brewers, to being a 500 team at 11-11, falling all the way to 4th place in that division. They got to figure things out quick. Cardinals 3-7 in their last 10. They're on a 4-game losing streak, so they, they're still last. They're bad. The NL West, the Dodgers have been 3-7 in their last 10. They're in a little bit of a funk. They're 13-11 on the year. Only a game up on the Padres, who are 12-12. Arizona, 3rd place at 11-12. Giants, 10-13. Of course, your Rockies at the bottom there at 5-17. So, pretty crazy stuff. The big one for me, the Pirates on a 6-game losing streak. The Dodgers, 3-7 in their last 10. Of course, the Phillies being 8-2 on a 6-game winning streak there. Those are the news and the standings that you need to know. That is your standings check. And that takes us to the last part of today's episode, and that is looking at the upcoming series for the week ahead. We've got Oakland in New York to take on the Yankees. Your Tigers at Tampa taking on the Rays. Blue Jays at Royals. Red Sox at Guardians. White Sox at Twins. Orioles at Angels. Mariners at Rangers. Dodgers at Nationals. Marlins at Braves. Phillies at Reds. Brewers at Pirates. Astros at Cubs, D-backs at Cardinals, Padres at Rockies, and we round off with Mets at Giants. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our episode here today. Thank you, everybody, so much for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope you guys enjoyed the little breakdowns we had for Puck and for Mitchell Parker. I appreciate you all. Thank you, everybody, so much. Enjoy your weeks. Watch some baseball. Watch some playoffs. NHL, NBA in full swing right now. The game one's pretty much being all wrapped up after today. I've got one last exam to go and write for the rest of the day, so that's where I'm going to be at. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, everybody, so much. I will see you on Friday.